Hey, this is Scott Foster Harris here to rebuke Kim Kylak's pro stance, just an annoyance. Um, I'll just hop right into it, I guess. I noticed that the majority of everything that was mentioned there all had to do with managers themselves, or bosses themselves, or the actual situations or personalities of the bosses, and not necessarily in regards to the actual issue. Not really the appraisal process, so to speak, but mainly faults where managers or bosses, as individuals, could be held responsible. For example, um, the feelings where some employees get the feeling that the managers or bosses may or may not even know who they are. That's not necessarily a fault of the review process, of the actual review itself. That would be a fault of a manager. And that same sort of situation could present itself in daily work, in any activity, not just the review process. So, um, the issue about a lot of a certain percentage of people had the feeling that managers were being dishonest. Again, that's not the fault of the review process. That would be the fault of the manager or the boss. The same problem shows itself when I believe it was 20% or something, a certain percentage that Kim had mentioned about managers being unprepared before the actual review starts. That's not the fault of the review. That's the fault of the manager. These are all personal things, individual problems that present themselves because of the individual, because of a lack of preparation or a lack of honesty or giving an indifference in regards to employees. That's not the fault of the process. That's the fault of the manager. So I think it's not really being fair to blame the process itself as being incompetent or not leading up to expectations, when in fact it's not the process itself that's causing the problem. It's the individual traits of various managers. Um, you know. So anyway, this is Scott Harris. That was my rebuttal for Kim Kylak's pro stance. We'll see you down the road, people.